buttery, flaky, pockets full of fruity goodness. These nectarine turnovers are loaded with so much amazing flavors and cinnamon sugar. Let's make these. We're going to start things off with our puff pastry sheet. So you want to take it out of the freezer and unroll it and let it thaw out a little bit, and then grab a knife and cut it into squares. I've placed it onto a sheet of parchment paper so that it doesn't stick to the pan. I'm cutting slits into the dough for the top of each turnover, and then once they're baked in the oven, you're going to be able to see the nectarines through the turnover, and the nectarine juices are going to bubble over the top. Done with the dough, I'm going to set this aside and we'll get started on the filling. First up, I'm going to make the cinnamon sugar. So into a bowl, I'm going to add some brown sugar, a little bit of nutmeg, cinnamon, and now to bring all the juices together from the nectarines once they're baking in the oven, I'm going to add some cornstarch. And this is important because you don't want those juices flowing all over the pan. And then just toss that all together. And now for my nectarines. You want nice firm nectarines that are going to hold up well in the oven. I'm just going to slice them. For these turnovers, you can either slice the nectarines or dice them into smaller pieces. I wanted to show you guys a little hack for taking out the pit from nectarines, peaches, and other stone fruit. You want to grab a little paring knife and then gently tuck it underneath and just go all the way around. You want to be careful not to cut yourself, so don't cut all the way through. And the pit's going to pop right out. It works every time. And now we can put our cinnamon turnovers together. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that cinnamon mixture onto the bottom of each square, so we get some flavor from the bottom and the top. And then it's time to layer on the nectarines. And I have some extra nectarines to snack on, and for my next batch, I'm going to put them in a bowl and set them aside while I finish up this batch. Now before I close these up, I'm going to sprinkle more cinnamon sugar over the top. And now for the last step, I'm going to grab my handy fork and I'm going to fold the puff pastry dough over the nectarines. And then to seal the edges, you just want to press them together with the fork. I love adding cinnamon sugar to this recipe because once it's baked in the oven, it just caramelizes, thickens with the nectarine juices, and it tastes absolutely phenomenal. Just one more step before I place these turnovers into the oven. I'm going to brush the tops with an egg wash. And for this, you just want to beat an egg together in a small bowl, and then grab a pastry brush and brush this over the top of each turnover. And this is going to give our turnovers this golden, crispy glaze on the outside. If you have some leftover cinnamon sugar from the filling, you could just sprinkle some over the top for extra garnish. And once these are in the oven, you just want to bake them until they're golden brown all over. These smell so good. I just took them out of the oven and I love the aroma of that caramelized cinnamon sugar and those sweet nectarines. When you take them out of the oven, they're going to be super hot, so let them cool down just a bit before digging in. They're cooled down a bit, so now it's time to enjoy these. You can enjoy them just like this on their own. They're really delicious, or you can add a little extra on the side with some ice cream. Now it's time to dig in and enjoy these. And you can literally just hear how crispy, crunchy, and buttery these nectarine turnovers are. Look at that. If only I can hand you this turnover through your screen. It is absolutely amazing. The aroma is mouth-watering, and that flaky, buttery pastry sheet just crumbles in your mouth, combined with the sweet and juicy nectarines. If you want to experience the amazing aroma and flavor of these nectarine turnovers, give these a try.